I am early, I am early, yes I am, yes I am. I'm so early, I'm so early, yes I am, yes I am. Dan has a class, Dan has a class all day, all day. I have to take care of it all day long. I am, hello, I'm energetic, I'm ready to party, and I'm ready to get it on. My workout. Yeah, been up since 5:30 a.m., but I slept. So my internal clock, not really, Ed, you're still in bed, good for you. Ed is my internal clock. He got up at 5:30, changed him, I did some things, then I laid back in bed, and then the dogs, and then I said, well, fuck it. Let me get up, get my sit done, because I know Dan has a long day today. He's got to take a class with the California State Bar, and it's all day long. So Debbie and I are on Ed duty. That's right, duty, duty, duty. So I don't know, maybe we'll take him out for a walk, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll take him out for a ride, maybe we won't, I don't know. Rising knowledge, you sound like a brilliant one. Yeah, just the people running away from the tea parties. God, you're so smart. Hi, Janet, how are you? How's Steve? How's the second fall healing? Y'all, it's ugly out there. It's freezing, it's cold here today. The news just popped up and said Southern California is, some parts are getting 80-mile-an-hour gusts, and it's starting to pick up windy here too, so it's gonna be a breezy, windy day. Julie and I slept, second day in a row. Yep, Ed just was not fiddle fucking around. He went to the bathroom, didn't go as much, and went straight to bed. So I am fantabulous. If only, that's 2 days in a row now. 2 days in a row. So that is, I feel like a new woman, you know? A new woman is important because here's the thing, sleep, when you're doing this job and life in general, on top of this job of caregiving, is so crucial, and it can lead to so many more issues, right? Because life is stressful, but when you catapult that with no sleep, so report, let's see, okay, let's see, sorry, I have to, some idiot on here thinking he's being funny, spelling out some words, you know, one by one, sound like a brilliant one. Yeah, so anyhow, it helps kind of cure some of those wayward thoughts, right? Kind of helps with that. So I can't believe, you know, how crazy when you get it, you realize, like, I feel so much better. You still have the problems, but they're not so death-defying, you know? So that's it. How are you guys doing on this Tuesday? Today is the Woman Day, the Day of the Woman. I see we have some adolescents here on the YouTube side. It's gonna keep me busy because I don't have any moderators right now, so hang tough, YouTubers. We got some 5-year-olds in the room. Anyhow, so today's gonna be a challenging day because it's just going to be me and Ed, right? Debbie's here, so hi, Mr. Keith, how are ya? So luckily she'll be able to help. If we want to go do a quick errand, then I will have to, maybe Andrew can watch him for a bit. Aaron, thank you. Watch. Anyhow, we got YouTube. How are the ninnies up so early on YouTube? Isn't it like, don't ninnies, I don't know. It's hard work. It's freaking hard work. Tell me about it. It gives me anxiety every day, every morning. Every day I go to bed, I have anxiety. Every morning I wake up, I have anxiety. And he got up at 7:30. So Dan's trying to get some work done before he'll be on a Zoom class all day. So I didn't have the luxury. I said, Dan, your dad's up. And then he yelled at me and said, I'm done. And I was like, okay, well, I have to work too, So, fuck. So I put him down with Dementia. Was like, it's hard. Imagine having to go home to that too. Hey, Tandy, what's going on? So, yeah, so I got him seated, and hopefully I can get through a workout quickly before Dan has a coronary, while Ed probably keeps bugging him. Janet, I don't know, crazy. You're snowed in. I bet some of you are. I know, be careful out there. Be careful, because some of you are snowed in, some of you have to plow, some of you have to shovel. It's icy, so don't do anything stupid. Yes, Mia, I agree. Aaron, thank you for your hard work, because it must be so sad, right? Going to work every day, not only going to work, dealing with patients who have memory loss, but also probably seeing how they kind of get lost and forgotten. It would break my heart. It's like a shelter for animals. I look at it the same way. Everybody needs a home, and they've been forgotten. So I can imagine how sad that is, and how hard it is. You got probably, a cluster of individuals who get guest family visits a lot, and then you get the remainder who don't get any. I couldn't imagine. Hi, Stephanie, how are you? Hi, Dwayne, how are you? Thank you. I've had sleep for 2 nights in a row. Watch out, world. It's like I've taken the instant sleep Viagra. I feel amazing right now. Except, I have to say, I started my period. Yes, today's day 1. So, other than that little tidbit, I would have been better had I not having to deal with the clam purgatory. It's a purgatory of sorts. So, hi, Nana. So, I'm a little crampy. My back hurts. And, all that stuff. Hi, Morning, how are you? So, today is going to be an interesting day. I'm going to try to do a member live somewhere in between for you YouTubers. It may not be long, but I've got, because Deb and I've got Ed. So Dan doesn't know how long his class is. He's thinking 9 to 4 with maybe a lunch break, which means that he'll probably go for a walk during his lunch break and then come back. So we are on Ed duty. That's the garbage trucks, just in case you were wondering what the BP's doing. But yeah, so today's the day of the woman. I am woman, hear me roar, right? To all of those women working hard, putting in countless hours, this day is for you. And 21. Oh no, Donna, I'm sorry. Do you worry Dan could develop the same? Do I worry? I mean, Julie, I try not, this is one of my biggest issues, is I always worry about the things I cannot control. You're working out hard, and I'm going to the gym later and get an oil change. Well, that's good. No grandpa account. John, there's a lot of fakes out there. Pay attention to their wording. Pay attention to the videos. You know what pissed me off? Anyhow, let me go on about the woman, the hardworking woman. have to walk the dogs, pick up my son from the hospital, and now my husband is having prostate surgery. Shit, Reeds, shit. But hey, pat yourself on the back, girl. Today's about you and all the hard work you put in, because today is the sob day, the day of the strong ass bitch. Yeah, you know, the dementia itself, you know, somebody's gonna get something, right? We're all gonna get something. Typically, we don't leave this world without getting something. And, you know, cancer's no different. And I've said this time and time again, dementia doesn't look so bad, honestly. I've seen my mom ripped away, right, from cancer, eaten alive from inside out. I've seen my dad, you know, try to end his life with mental illness. So, dementia? Hi, Sam. So, you know what? I don't think, you know, people are like, God, how miserable, put me out. But you know what? He's still enjoying his life, you know? It's much harder for us than it is for him. And I completely agree. Yeah, so, I mean, he's still living life. He still sees his kids. He still is in a house that he is loved in. Yeah, it's hard, Aaron. So my dad went to commit suicide, and he shot himself in the temple, and it didn't escape. So he lived for 2 more years. Completely different man. Yeah. So all I have to say is dementia is not a bad way to go. You know, bad way to go. Yeah, he's always smiling. He's eating. He gets showered. He gets dressed in some of the best clothes he's ever had. You know, he's dead now, but that's what happened. And, you know, not a bad way. I'm sure my mom would have much rather gone this route than the way she went. So, anyhow. So, you know, those are the ins and outs of complications. Now, if Darren gets dementia, his ass is getting and going to Shady Pines. Ed has worn me the fuck out. Now, y'all have to remember, too, that, you know, I've had longevity. I've had more years with Ed than even his own son. So, I'm tired. Ed would not get the attention, and he would die, Donna, because what does he look for his whole day? His family, his checkbook, his wallet, and he doesn't recognize, right? I always say Steve lives in fairyland. Yes. Hi, Dougie. And let me tell you, you know, he is happy. He has no care in the world. And remember, when his care is there and he's stressed, it is fleeting. It's fleeting. I'm pissed. He winds up forgetting and happy again, you know? So that's horrible. It's really, people say, poor Ed, you know, God, what it would be like. He doesn't know, you know? He doesn't know. It's the caregivers who have the buildup of stress and anxiety. His anxiety goes away in a drop of a hat, you know? So, he's living life, right? Is it hereditary? It can be. Yep, it can be. So far, Ed's the only one who has developed that we know of. His sister's still alive. His brother died of cancer. So far, he's the only one. So who knows? You know, you guys, we don't get out of here alive. So everybody's going down with something. Unfortunately, there's a saying about Alzheimer's, the thing about the disease, hide their own Easter eggs. They sure can, you know, they sure can. And if I die, I would much rather go out not knowing what the hell is happening to me, right? Imagine watching my mom die of cancer, and I talk about this all the time. She was so scared. You know, she was well aware of her dying and her death every day as the cancer was eating her from the inside out. come on. Hi, Jazz. You know, petrified, being scared every day, not knowing when it's your time or not. So, let me tell you, that's an awful way to die. Awful way. Cancer is so sad. This is a carefree way to die for the person who has it. It's not so carefree to the people who are doing it, right? So in a home, Ed would be medicated to the max because he has ADHD. Y'all know he can't sit still. Yes, Donna. And it's like a coin toss. We don't know what's gonna happen with him, right? Unless we were, it really seems that it hasn't been around for so long. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Yeah, my mom, lung cancer too. Ed, his disease, I don't know. They were over-medicate him and he would die of loneliness and sadness, 100%. So meanwhile, he's driving me nuts and his son. Yay! Yeah, yes. That's a little caregiver humor for you. Yeah. Hi, Sherry. The disease probably started in early 80s. Yeah, early 80s or late 70s, I would say. Thanks, Brenda. I appreciate it. You guys, I try to keep it real as much as possible. You know, everybody likes to tell me what to do, how to do it, and what not to say. But my whole thing is, you know what? I'm gonna say it because it's my truth. Whether it sounds great for some of you or whether some of you think it's mean, the caregivers, the people who are really doing it, know and understand. That's the problem. People don't like the reality. You know, like this morning I posted a video and Ed said, yeah, they're just old. Yep. And the video this morning, right? And I know I'm gonna get shit for it because he says, good morning. How are you this morning? And I said, good, right? But I'm in the process, right? In that moment, Andrew's downstairs, the animals need me, Debbie's in the kitchen, you know, there's a lot on my list in the morning. No, I don't sit and have a long drawn out conversation with Ed. I've already had it, right? I've already had it. So stop to think before you spread your ugliness. No, and I don't always say, I'm great, how are you, Ed? Right? Not every time. Because I'm not in that mood. And you know how many times he's gonna say good morning to me in the next 30, 45 minutes? Probably 35. Probably 35. So no, I don't always answer him because it gets tiring. Repeating over and over again. A million, yeah. So, no, I don't. And people say that all the time. Oh my God, he asked you how you were. Least you could say is good morning back. I say good morning 50 times over. More than anybody ever thinks they would. But in my heart, no, yeah, I know. It's a lot of the same questions. And so, yeah, there's times I video, I don't say back or I don't ask because I'm in the middle of doing something. Like this morning, I've been called a drill sergeant. Yes, I am. I've been that way with my kids. When I'm in the middle of something, let's go, let's move it, let's do it, let's get moving. I'm in the middle of something that I need to finish, right? So Dan was yelling and bitching, I gotta do my stuff, you know. I was like, well, I gotta do my shit too to be available for your dad all day long. You know, I got him, and Ed wants to sit and look at every nook and cranny, every corner, every hairball. Nope, don't got time for that. Keep walking, keep walking, keep walking. Stay focused. Well, nope, we are not talking, we are moving. We are moving. Oh, I repeat all the fucking time, Aaron, and it gets tiring. And so sometimes, how many caregivers just stop talking sometimes, right? Because you're not going to say it over again. And that happens many times. Doesn't mean I'm mean. Doesn't mean I'm a horrible caregiver. It just means in the moment I'm irritated, frustrated, and I don't want to answer anymore. And I would get nothing done. Yeah. Does my husband drink? He has 2 beers every night. Two. So yeah, that's it. It's the caregiver's world. And every person who has dementia or Alzheimer's, completely different personalities, completely different things. So for over 18 years, never once did I wish them dead. If you can't handle it, leave it or put them in a group home, but never ignore you need help. Greta, coming from a caregiver who just said for 18 years, you should be better. You should be better when you're speaking and being ugly to another caregiver. Ever. That's ridiculous. And that is something that you need to look at yourself for. You don't come on here, you don't judge, and you don't speculate what I do or how I do it. You should know that every caregiver has their way of coping. And if I'm joking about things, you know what? That's the way I cope with it. Stop being so goddamn judgy of other caregivers because they haven't fit within your box and how you did it. That's completely and utterly ugly. Anyway, she was just telling me, you heard it, and bitching. They always like to put in the terms, 18 years. I would never do what you do. Well, great, because you're not the same person I am. Your parents aren't the same people as Ed. You didn't have Ed as a stepfather, right? You don't have the history. Stop being so ugly and judgy. It's completely judgy. I've lived with that man longer than anybody, almost all of his kids. So kiss my ass, right? Kiss my ass. Again, those caregivers that know better, right? A true caregiver, Greta, would never do that to another caregiver who is speaking her truth, which it's okay if it's not yours, girl, but don't attack somebody else for being different. Anyhow, could you imagine if I catered to, yes, we listen, we don't judge, Greta, especially in this group. She's awfully quiet now. I almost said kiss my grits. Did you see that? We shouldn't judge others. A lot of you do, and it's ugly. I judge sometimes, and then I smack myself and say, girl, stop it. But look at what she's wearing. I know, but stop it. So, anywho, and do I ever, hi Robbie, I never come up here and say how much better I am than all the other caregivers, because I'm not. I don't know your situation. And I would never critique you to your face if I didn't agree with something you were doing, I don't necessarily agree with everybody's dynamics that I see, but I don't know their family. Who am I to say anything to them? And I would never do it. Some of them I laugh at, some other videos I don't like so much. And that's okay. I don't have to. And I scroll away, right? Mama, I don't know. My back is killing me. My vagina is percolating. And we'll see. Whatever I get to, I will walk. I take care of it. Is it great care? Sometimes. Sometimes. Sometimes I have errant thoughts at least once a day, right? Once a day I have errant thoughts, but I can tell you it's a lot more than once. Those are my feelings. That's my stress. I'm not ashamed of it. And I think those of you who come on here and say that, like what Greta did, you're lying to yourself. Because I can guarantee you, if I got in your head during those moments, you would have probably felt and said the same things I would have. But you were too weak to admit it. And you're still too weak to admit it. Because you probably see a little bit of me in you, and what you're seeing today is scary because it's the reality of it. We don't have to hide from that. We don't have to hide from our stresses. We don't have to hide from our feelings. Oh, here she is. Not quiet. I just listening to you spout the hate. Oh, I'm spouting the hate. You don't bad mouth the person you're caring for. Just glad that the daughter-in-law and the family have better attitudes than you. Greta, you started with the hate, honey. And again, that's why you have judgy eyes. You came in, shots fired, and I'm not spouting the hate. I'm just making you try to realize that you're full of shit. And you're not gonna tell me you are perfect, because there's no such thing. So keep on believing what you wanna believe, girl, and get off my fucking page. Because I don't have room for ugliness in my room. So get the fuck out and have the days you deserve, honey. Anyhow, I'm back again. Yeah, she's something, huh? And that's what they do, right? They come back because of my realness and my truth, and they hate it. They hate it. Blocked is BLOCKED, girl. Anyhow, let's see. Sorry, I had to get her. She told me I was blocked. Ooh, I'm so hurt that I have somebody who doesn't like me block me. Let me cry a little bit. Let me cry for that loss. But they try to deflect, right? And they come back at me and try to use, you're just spewing your hate. No, you came on spewing yours. So, yes, I'm here, Stephanie Grain. What's up? It was disgusting. Yeah, it was disgusting. Anyhow, they won't ruin my day. I just look at them and I think they live a sad life. Honestly, a sad life that they can admit their own issues. Yeah, so I read a little bit of the crazy that's going back and forth. So if she is on here, I don't know if she is or if she's listening in the back. But yeah, I read a little bit last night and it totally Bijo vibes. So anyhow, we're gonna have to deal with that. Or I'm going to have to deal with that. Hi Mike, how are you? Who's Greta? She was on the YouTube side preaching about what a shitty caregiver I am and what a wonderful caregiver she was for 18 years. For 18 years. She takes down what she said to me. So, here's the thing. Sometimes, you get people in a group. They form friendships. YouTube, there's a group. And sometimes people go haywire, They're not who they seem to be. Or they've come back pretending to be somebody they weren't because the other person got blocked. So here's the thing. I will not tolerate bullies. I will not tolerate people accusing the people of bullying who aren't bullying. I do not tolerate liars. I don't tolerate cheaters. And I don't tolerate people coming back into a room where they've been blocked from as a different person. And I don't like it. It's creating ugly. Nobody attacks Dan in a way that, this person got really upset because people were attacking Dan the other day, accusing people of breaking up my marriage. My marriage isn't going to be broken up over kitchen issues and nobody is capable of breaking up my marriage unless my husband chooses to break up my marriage by cheating, right? Or something else that's not, okay. But going after people maliciously who are friends, right? Who have been there for you, who we joked with and commenting on everything that's the bullying. That's the harassment. And that's not okay. And that's what makes you lose your privileges. Some of them. So, I know, Greg, I'm trying to, but I've had 2 nights of sleep. And let me tell you, sleep helps a lot. Sleep helps a lot. Especially knowing, the bullshit we deal with. So, YouTubers, I see it. I know it. I read some. And it will be dealt with accordingly. I always hate to block people who've been a part of a group for a long time. Hi, Colin. But enough's enough. And I have to get to that point where I'm tired of it and it's ugly behavior and it's been warned. And when you've been warned and you keep getting those second chances, eventually I blow and eventually I'm done. I don't want to play games. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to share my journey. I'm here to laugh with you guys. I'm here to talk facts and reality. I'm here to speak my truth, right? And my truth doesn't have to align with yours at all. Like it, love it, or don't. That's it. You don't have to come on here, tell me what a piece of shit I am, right? A true caregiver does enough of that on their own. A true caregiver beats themselves up a lot because this job isn't for the weak. It's not for the faint of heart. So get your heads out of your ass and be a little bit more respectful to us. I come on here, I want to laugh with the people. I want to talk things through with my people. I want to have fun. I want people to support each other. I want people to laugh. I want people to think about some of the crazy we've talked about and laugh throughout the day. I want some of you to even think about some of the things I talk about because we all need help in this life, right? We all need work. We all need to keep evolving because the minute we stop, we die. Learning and becoming a better person. Thanks, Nathan. Hang tough, buddy. We are emotional beings. We feel, right? It's rough, especially when you have, especially thankful when you've dealt with, and I know so many people like you. I know so many people who are taking care of their parents who weren't so good to them while growing up, and they have taken over and have doing that shit for their parents. Now that is hard. I know it because I have my own PTSD from Ed, right? Being his stepdaughter. I have lived with him way too long, endured too many things that I don't respect the man for. So I've done it. And yes, sometimes he triggers the fuck out of me from the past. But that's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with it. I say what I need to say. I mumble what I want to say. And I walk away and try to calm the fuck down before I pop him in the nose. Oh, don't text Dan. Danielle said she's going to pop your dad in the nose. Yes, not literally, figuratively. And that's what happens. You get so frustrated, so tired, so irritated. You think things. I do. And if you don't think it, then good for you. But I have to think it to get through that moment. Especially the stubborn ass ones like Ed. Yeah, so kudos to all of you who have taken in parents, loved ones that you are now taking care of. Probably better than they took care of you, right? So kudos to you and hang tough because this is no fucking easy journey. So anyhow, y'all, Sometimes, thankful, I do too. Sometimes I'm waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out. You know, you're pranked. I knew it. I knew it. You know, and sometimes like when he gets up, 50 fucking times in 1 minute in the middle of the night, you're like, he's got to be fucking with me. There is no way this MFer is up again. Am I doing a member live? I'm gonna try, Sam. Probably during the day. Probably during the day, an early day. So yeah, Ashton, where you at, bruh? Sometimes I say that too. What? Ed's sitting there going, huh? What? Is Ashton here? Ashton? Never mind. So anyhow, hi Gator. So I just want you guys to laugh, have your escape time with me, think about the same things that I think about, laugh with the same things I think about, whatever. I just want you guys to have a little escape while we're together. Because that's what I like, And for me, venting, bitching, helps me get through the fucking moments. You think Ashton is a creeper? I don't know. I know, Sam, it's hard. What's the plan? So my friend is here, Bama. We went to she came in Sunday, we went to the casino. Yesterday, we didn't do a live. Dan sitting around. We got home at 4:30 from Errands. She had to get a new phone. Deb's phone, honestly, just broke the day she landed. So we went to AT&T. She got herself a new phone. Then we went to Walmart. I needed some shit and some food. Spent about, $400 there at Quick, $400. Hey, Walmart took it quicker than a casino. Came home. And so it was 4:37, right? So I had to fucking, change my laundry. It was shower day. Oh, really, Jen? Make dinner for Ed because it was 4:30. I got to get him a shower. So finally, Dan was like, we got a live tonight. And I'm looking at him like, bruh, I just got home. I have $400 worth of groceries to put away. I have still shit I got to do. And then I have to make dinner, right? So I'm like, start it and I'll try to jump in. And I don't know, it's not what I like to do. I'm like, okay, what? It is what it is. So then about 45 minutes later, I go in the room and I'm like, just set it up in the kitchen. Let's set it up in the kitchen, while I'm in here and we can talk and engage. And he didn't want to do it. So sometimes, you have to go with the flow. He's not a good go with the flow person. So it didn't work out. So that's why we didn't do a live. Because I was busy. I didn't settle down till about 6:30. I wasn't done with all the shit that I had to do. It was garbage night. So I said, help? Well, what do you want me to do? I said, well, you can shower your dad. That will take a huge pressure off of me. So he didn't get the spa treatment yesterday. Something had to give. So got garbages out, do all that stuff. So yeah. I don't have time to always do that stuff depending on my day. But I thought it was a good remedy. Bring him in, sit at the countertop. Your dad's not eating yet. Once I'm done, then we can move into the living room once he starts eating. That wasn't a good enough alternative, so sorry, no live. So, other plans. Deb was already itching to go to the casino again. So, last night, I was like, girl, no, I'm sleeping. We'll go maybe tomorrow or Thursday. Just hang out. Possible piercings. I have to do some things and look into some things, but he doesn't like changes either. Yeah. I've had the dog and put her It went straight to the recliners to sleep. Good for you. You know, I turned on Landman. So we are up to date at Landman. And I had to rewatch it, Sunday's episode, because I was falling in and out of sleep. And literally, when that was over, I passed out. I just slept. Sleep is so crucial to me these days. I went and played some pool. Jen, that sounds nice. But I wouldn't have played pool. I would have still stayed at the casino. Debbie and I are a lot alike. We love gambling. And so we can't just go for a couple hours. You know, last night she's like, let's just go till 9. I was like, girl, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Go to 9, my ass. No. That caused lots of appetite and drinking week. Yeah, Cindy was getting dehydrated and she wasn't eating. She wasn't doing the things she needed to do. Yeah, so that's what we're doing, Bama, and she leaves on Saturday. And you know, honestly, yes, Debbie's here. We just laugh. I mean, her and I just are so crazy together. We're so stupid. You know, you should have heard us. I should have recorded it in the phone store. You know, the lady was just she was a little girl. Anybody like in their 20s is a little girl. She was just so fun with us. You know, she went with the flow. I was teasing Deb, and it was back and forth. It was just fun. We have so much, Colin. We just have so much fun together, you know? We just laugh, and it's great. Laughter is great. So, we just get along really well. So it's kind of peaceful when she's here, because in my moments with Ed or Dan, you know, she just giggles. She had her own issues with her mom. Most of you know that. And so we just giggle. I was trying to tell Ed yesterday in a video with Dan that we were going to set him up, right, on a date with Chrissy. She did, Lisa. She really did. And, you know, it's not like this shit was planned, you know. We didn't know how I was going to feel, but it was perfect. And I think good for her, too. She has her own stresses with her mom and her time and, you know. I was telling Ed yesterday, I was like, we got you a woman. He was like, really? I said, yeah. She's 81. 81? That's what he said. 81? I looked at him. He's all, that's too old for me. That's too old for me. Girl, yes, you need to, Cindy. And I said, bruh, you are about to be 93, and you're critiquing a woman's age at 81. I'm 93, almost. 81 sounds young enough for you at this point. He didn't like that age of the woman. God, men will be men, right? Men will be men. And he probably was still thinking, well, I still don't want no 81-year-old. I have a close friend who can be happy with. Yeah, it's so crazy. You know, friends, we talk about this. You know, friends come and go in your lives. Somebody said, I think my book writer, Christy, she said, you know, there's a season for everything, right? And friends come in seasons. And sometimes they come in your life and for God knows when, and sometimes they leave for various reasons, you know, or you have to let them go for various reasons. And, you know, it's sad sometimes because it's people you least expect to do the dirty, right? And they live in their own fantasy land. And, you know, when you are in those predicaments, you got to let people go who don't see their own faults. You got to let people go. You know, it's not worth the stress. Does it make me sad sometimes? Yeah. But they were here for a reason, and they left for a reason. And so I think we need to just take a little time to understand it's okay. You know, if there's no fight left for both of your sides, then that's okay. Enjoy what you had. I slept, Jeannie, 2 days in a row. We slept. This changes everything. Sleep. Everything, you know, sleep is so freaking important. And my friends here, you know, and we just have fun. And that helps the monotony of the day. You know, day in, day out, it's the same fucking thing. Same fucking drill. It's Groundhog's Day once again, just a different day in my world. So I know. And you know, it's so important because when you don't sleep, it makes everything worse, everything harder. And I tell you that even in my low lows, you know, when you guys worry about me, I'm like, it's okay. Like, I'm not at risk for anything. Probably health shit, yeah. But, you know, that just comes with life. But yes, you know, when you sleep, it just tames down the fire, right? But when you're not sleeping, that fire is engulfed and you can't control anything. You can't control your emotions. You can't control your thoughts. And sometimes we can't control what we say in our mouth, out of our mouth, because we are that so tired, so conflicted, and everything seems so much worse, right? And so this is me on 2 days of sleep. I was even happy yesterday, but today I have energy. I feel alive. I feel like I could climb Kilimanjaro in like 5 minutes, you know? And that's what sleep does for me. My body, everybody reacts differently. My friend Deb doesn't sleep a lot. She's never been a heavy sleeper, you know, for other reasons. Dan, family, sucks with sleep. They all have that problem with sleep. So he's used to only getting so many hours and broken up hours, but not me. We all require so much different things, right? My body needs sleep. I can be a better version of myself when I have sleep and I'm not run down all the fucking time. Hi, Euro African and Ghana. You want me to tend to your sheep. We were wondering where you've been. We thought you fell out of love with me and not wanted me to be your sheep herder, princess sheep herder. But that's it. I'm glad to see you're back, honey. Shell, I don't know what you're saying. I can say this and she doesn't listen. Who are you talking to? You know, anything. It could lead to death. It could lead to a heart attack. It could lead to a stroke. Could you imagine? Shit. What would my family do? I could find someone else for age. Do you think I need it? You know, Linda, I take all my stuff. Anything that can help me, or, you know, because I know I don't eat enough vitamins. Sour watermelon. I have a sour lemonade, and let me tell you, it is so good. Yes, the sheep herder. Sleep. I know I need sleep, but how can you sleep when you're not allowed? You know, it's like a newborn baby. It is what it is until it's not. And then you just pray to God every night's different, and it gives you anxiety. And my stress will kill me before anything else. My stress will kill me before anything else. Stress and no sleep combined. Heart rates, you know, change. Stress changes your heart. You know, I'm walking. Barely, but I'm walking. It's hard. He wasn't last night, Emily. He was up several times, but he just went straight back to bed. I mean, it's like a dream. I woke up at 5:30 thinking it was like 1. I was like, it's 5:30. Yes. You know, now I woke up a little bit because I could hear him, but he went right back to bed. Y'all, 2 nights in a row. I don't want to jinx it though. Take it back. We're not talking about it. We're not going to do it because once you put it out in the algorithm, it just fucks up. Take care of mom with developing dementia and think she should sleep. I know it's so hard because, you know, for Ed, it's his urge incontinence. He has urge incontinence. So typically by the time he feels he has to go to the bathroom, and this has changed in the last couple weeks, right? I have to laugh when my doctor tells me, yeah, don't stress. Okay. So am I going to go live in a bunker by myself? And there's still stress with the bunker, you know, fuck. So he has urge incontinence, which means that by the time he thinks he has to go to the bathroom, he's already gone. Or he just thinks he feels pressure, right? And goes, and half the time we walk him to the bathroom, there is nothing in the toilet. So, and then with the pooping thing, and wires get crossed. You know, wires get crossed at this age, let alone having a disease. So it happens. So he wasn't up that much last night for whatever reason. It was either his bladder is, I don't know, who knows? I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to talk about it. Just because I feel like it just puts the heebie-jeebies out there and makes me get fucked up again. So, I don't know. Yeah, 2 days of sleep. I know. And you know, I woke up the other night and I was like, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, 2:30. Do I check to see if he's alive? You know, and then I fell back asleep. No, I knew he was. I heard him. But you know, those are the thoughts, like when your baby slept for the first time, you're like, shit, are they breathing? It's when you're getting the mirror out, sticking it under their nose, feeling their chest, you know, whatever. Yeah, the life. But no, I feel alive. I feel well. I feel like I got this day, and that doesn't happen very often, you know. Love you, Sam. Have a good day. What the hell? Uh-oh.
Oh.
I was like, uh-oh. Bye, Shell. Yeah. I mean, you can always tell when I get sleep. You can always tell. There's no secrets when I have sleep. You can probably see it in my eyes. You know, people are like, your bags are so dark. Yeah, and some lighting, it really shows up. I mean, what do you want me to do? I mean, it is what it is. This is the joys of caregiving. Whether you like it or not, you look like shit half the time because you're exhausted and you feel like shit and you have no energy. Send some energy my way. Did you feel it, Rhonda? Did you get it, girl? No, it was good, Linda. 2 nights in a row. It's been great. It's been great. But I do need to go to the dispo today. So I'm hoping that once Andrew gets up, he can do a little watch of Ed. And then me and Deb can take a little, you know, drive. I got to show her what it's all about. Good. You feel the zap, girl? Then you got, oh, Jeannie got some too. Shit. We got some takers on that, Rhonda. We got some people trying to steal your thunder. No, but I'm going to tell you something. I saw a gravity mat on TikTok Shop. Y'all, I saw it. So I was like, well, shit, hit me up. Give me a free sample so I can see if I can get some grounding before I go to bed. So we'll see if they do it. But it just came up on my feed because, you know, everybody listens and all of a sudden it's there. So I'm going to try one out, hopefully. I'm going to keep making sure they send me one to try it out. And I'll let you guys know. Your favorite machine. Robin, get the hell out of here. So wait, what time do you try to go to bed? So poor Debbie, right? She gets so mad at me. The only thing, like when Candace is here, it's perfect because, a grounding mat, Alana. When Candace is here, it's perfect because they're both night owls, right? And I try to go to bed early. And so like last night, the night before, yeah, it was about 8. I crawled into bed I'm going to bed later than when I normally do because of Deb's here. But when Grandpa went to bed last night, I have to plug it in. Yeah, that's what it is. I see it. So yeah, they're night owls together. So like last night, finally I sat up and talked with her. At 7:30, I started closing things down and she's like, are you seriously going to bed? I'm like, soon, not yet. So I sat down and talked to her for a little bit and I think I crawled into bed last night about 8:30. She's like, whatever. She grabs her shit. But, you know, she's lucky in a sense because her mom sleeps. So she doesn't have that, you know, she interrupts her own sleep because she doesn't sleep well. But like, if she could sleep well, she could, you know? And so last night I crawled in bed about 8:30. But normally when Deb's not here, I go to bed. I try to get, like Ed stayed up till 7 last night. And so typically I'll crawl in bed, I'll close down the house and I'll crawl in bed pretty much within 30 minutes of him going to bed. And I'm not necessarily going to bed, but I'm watching TV, I'm, you know, getting ready. And when you're on TikTok, can you like more than once? Not on YouTube. YouTube, I think you just give 1 thumbs up. It's where the 3 dots are. TikTok, you can just hit, you can hit, like, I'm really low on likes today. You guys keep tapping. Tapping means clapping. So keep tapping. That gives you, it gets you out on the algorithm. So there's only 10,000 likes on here. YouTube is different. It's just a one thumbs up. So when you come in, get in the habit, if you're normal, just hit those 3 dots and give me a thumbs up. So I'm trying to get a grounding mat, because you guys, some of you are like, girl, you need to get one. And so I'd love to. So I saw it on I did some work yesterday while we were in AT&T, while her phone everything was getting changed, and I saw it and I was like, oh, get me this, let me try it. And you plug it in, put it right by your bed. You literally right by your side. I bet that way you don't forget it, Emily, and keep it plugged in. So I have like a power strip in between my nightstand and my bed, and I just kind of nailed it up on the wall, and I plug in all my things. I have my heating pad, I have my neck massager, I have my eye mask hanging from the thing. I have all my stuff. So that way I'm dialed in. And so if I get the grounding mat, if they don't send me a free one, I'm going to buy it anyway, just to try it out. Anything to help me sleep. With the gummies, oh my God, you guys, it is just, I don't know what it is. It's just because Ed's sleeping. You hang it up on the wall? Yeah, so I put it up on the wall. So there's a little hanger. There's a little doohickey in the back. So I just nailed a nail in and just hung it up. So everything's kind of nice and neat. In between my, well, I have a thing it could be used. The vibration plate, it's helped me with my bladder mostly. What gummies do you take? No. The medication ones. Yeah. I don't stick with a particular brand. I try them all, whatever suits my boat at the minute. I'm like, give me something else to try. So they have these ones that are really good. Right now I have a sour lemonade, and I have one that's like a Starburst, and it's in a wrapper like a Starburst, and it tastes magnificent. Yeah. I'll probably rebuy those because those are really good. Bedtime Betties are good. I've never heard those. So, we all have different vendors, right? And we all have different things. I also love Dr. Archie's drink. It's amazing. And that's what primarily I want to go for, because I need some more drinks. What do they do? Medicinal, and they relax me and they help me sleep. And everybody's different, like with them. I do it primarily, because I cut back on my alcohol, Donna. And so I needed something alcohol was my savior, right? Alcohol was my 2 glasses, and it just kind of brought me to where I needed to be. But, sometimes it was more than 2, sometimes it was a bottle, but relatively speaking, it was, pretty much 2 glasses. And I just didn't like it. I just don't like drinking every day, but I need to relax somehow. And so, everybody was like, do this, do the gummies, do the, whatever, they do me. Milk thistle, and so found it helped. Really, I've been really anxious lately too. I have really a lot of anxiety. They do make me feel groggy. It doesn't matter what type, it all makes me feel tired. So definitely I can't, and that's another thing with wine, like it's a pep me up. It's to me, it doesn't depress. It's not a depressant to me. It can be if my mood is a depressant. But as far as groggy, they make me tired. There's different types, but they all affect me the same way. So, I may, like, I really love like having a gummy and then like a glass of wine, and it's perfect. It's so delightful. You did horrible things. And when I drank too, I ate shittier, like at night, you don't have your apathy, you just are like, oh, I'll eat this, or I'll eat more, or, whatever. And I felt like I made worse choices at night. And when you're my age, it's hard enough to keep weight, level. And so I just felt like, sugar, it's a lot. And my eating became, crappier, and you can't, I couldn't control it. The other thing I can control better. It's weird. And a lot of people say, well, I can't control it with the other thing, right? But the other thing, for some reason, I can control it better. Why can't I ever meet people like this in real life? So anyhow, it's helped with me tremendously. And my husband is a big proponent of ferns. And, he's been trying to get it to me for years, but it's like, I'm such a hypochondriac that it scares me. And it still scares me sometimes, because every day you do it, it's different, depending on how you feel, how much you've eaten, all this stuff. So, sometimes I'm like, oh no, here we go. And then I have to talk myself down off the ledge. Hi, in Davis, Mario, how are you? Somebody come get her. And then I talk myself up. I'm like, girl, you're fine. You're going to get this way. It's relaxed, just easy with the flow. I'm not a go with the flow type of a person. So it's really hard. It's really hard. But it's helped me dramatically. And it's really made me kind of, what's the word? It's like I don't crave alcohol like that anymore. It's like sometimes, I'm like, ooh, because I love alcohol. I love the taste of it. So I know that if I take my stuff, I'll be in a better way mentally and frustration wise. Because let me tell you, when it hits, you're like, was it? Yeah. Hippie's lettuce. The lettuce of the hippie. Yeah, so I enjoy it. And it's like, the other day, I don't drink as much with it. And like the other day, I took a gummy before the casino, and it really does. Deb's like, yeah, you weren't really drinking. And I'm like, no, because, I have a couple drinks when I go. Now because Debbie was there, but if I don't Uber, I won't do anything. But, since Debbie was there, she doesn't drink or do anything. That I took a gum, and then I had like 2 glasses of wine, maybe 3 at the most, and had my Benjamin the rest of the way, and it was perfect. It doesn't, 2-3 glasses of wine is not gonna hurt me in any way. I'm gonna wake up and feel just as good as I did, with anything. So, I figured it out, my whole time when I was transitioning from wine to the gummy, I thought I just need to find my sweet spot. I need to find that spot to where it's like, my sweet spot is like a glass of wine and a gummy. And then I'm like, easy peasy lemon squeezy, that's perfect. But I don't like the drinking of the wine every day. That's what I don't like. So I'm trying to avoid that. But I don't do the hippies lettuce. So everybody's body's different. And so like I don't know. I'm not a professional. I can't really answer that because I'm still learning myself with the gummies. But I have a Benjamin, and so the Benjamin kind of goes, is used when the gummy kind of subsides to keep it. Okay. So they're more mellow. Colin, is that what you're saying? I don't know. I can't really, because I don't do both. Like Dan won't bother with the gummies because Dan's tolerance is so high. He's been doing the ferns since he was about 41, 42. Yeah. So, his tolerance is really high. So he would have to eat the whole bag in order to get anything. So he likes it better. He likes the flour better. Yeah. And you're like, and I really like the drink because the drink is like a different vibe. The drink is a completely different vibe. It is like more of a wine buzz, if you know what I mean. It's a wine buzz, and it's great. And that's why I enjoy it. Like the days that I want my, because there's a lot of times, a lot of you will see me with a wine glass, and it's not wine in it. It helps with all pain, Marlene. It helps with all pain. And I had really bad cramps yesterday. One half, and you laughed for hours alone. That's ridiculous, Rhonda. 5 milligrams. Um, so yeah, I was having really bad. I have a fibroid on my left side, and I was having. I was in Walmart, and Debbie's like, Do you want to get in the cart? Do you need help?" I'm like, "Oh yeah." The pain was so horrible yesterday, and I was like, she's like, "Girl, you need to take something." I was like, "Oh, I will when I get home." After I make my hippie lettuce, yum. Yeah, it does. Now, I can tell you, um, do you know that you will have a criminal for a president? Unfortunately, yes, I do know that. Sorry. Cindy's in a holler. Holla. So yes, I do. It does intensify the food feeling. It does intensify the food feeling. So I was Leslie leaving. Bye, Les. Love ya. Um, so the other day I wasn't so hungry, and then the gummy kicked in. And I was like, "Ooh, this pizza be slapping." It'd be slapping. What do you think about TikTok being bought? I don't really follow any of that stuff. You have to ask Dan about that one. Yes, this is my house. Thank you for pointing that out, Cart. Well, I have a meeting at the end of the month to discuss ablation or hysteroscopy. So my friend's doing a hysteroscopy next week. And like, it got sold to Kevin.
I have to jump on in 5 minutes. And he's...
Where's Debbie? Get her down there. Joking. God. This guy can't take a fucking hint. It was sold to Kevin O'Leary from who? Who? Kevin O'Leary. Oh, from Shark Tank? That guy, the bald guy? Oh, hopefully he can fix it. If it's not a rumor, you know. Near Passer Holler. Holla. Yeah, tell me your business. I know, shit. Well, he needs help because he's got to get on and he wants me to do, damage control. So let me go check out and see what we're dealing with. And then, oh, yeah, you and the infusions. Yeah, you guys like those infusions. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They do have those things, though, where you can go and get infused. Yes, I'll be back. I'm gonna go check really quick. Check on him and let me get him to the couch, and then we should be fine. Sheena, because I have 2 streams going up. I have YouTube, and I don't know if ablation. Well, I might be doing a neck ablation too. Give me a minute. Hold on. Give me some time. Give me a minute. Let me check on the Edward. All right, I don't know how much time I'm gonna have because you can tell you can tell he's starting to get one of those like a little anxious. He wants his shoes, he wants this, he wants that. So I'm probably I told Dan I'll be out here for about 10 more minutes and then I'm gonna have to go in and deal with him because you can always tell when he's in one of those moods, right? So so I just got to comment that I wouldn't. So yeah, so he's just in one of those moods where Dan can't really deal with it because he's on a Zoom call, so he doesn't know. He doesn't know how the vibe of the room is and whether or not he's gonna have to really pay attention the whole time or if he can kind of be in and out. So yeah, so just bear with me. Today's gonna be a little bit shorter probably. Am I a teacher? No. I went to school to be a teacher, but I ended up working in a daycare center and raised my kids in the daycare center, 2 of them anyway. And then that was it. I thought I wanted to be a teacher, but didn't work out for me. It didn't work out for me. My major's in child development and all that stuff. So yeah. So you are bad. You fine. I guess I missed most of your times today. I was on really early, Christy, because Dan has a state bar class he's got to do all day, and I needed to kind of get in and get on here because I am watching Eduardo all day. Yay. Woo! Yeah. So anyhow, that's it. Yeah. So I came on super early. I've been on for over an hour already. So yep, that's it. That's nothing else exciting over here other than Ed, you know, dealing with Ed and his agitation and his fascination with shoes, which we don't put on him. He walks better with shoes. And it's so funny because the more he goes without them, when we do put them on him, he drags his feet. You know, you hear the squeaking sounds because he just can't. It's really hard for him to walk with shoes on. He has a better grip, you know, and he's more aware when he doesn't, when he's just in his socks. But yeah, then there's the other side of it where he can be slipped and he can slip and all that stuff. But, you know, what are you going to do? You're going to do the best you can. So anyhow, I do watch Grandpa Ed every day, but like I'm stuck at home, you know, like Debbie and I can't. Normally I wouldn't care because I could putz around and do all my stuff inside the house. But when you have a, you know, guest here, you want to hit the town running, you know, and you can't really hit the town running when you're stuck inside with Mr. Ed. You know, remember that? Who's Mr. Ed? So yeah, so anyway, I have a college student and taking early childhood development. I took 2 courses and it was not for me. Yeah, I did because I loved kids. I knew I wanted to have lots of kids and I knew I wanted to be a teacher, but I just couldn't pass that damn test. And so that's it, you know, that's it. That's all. I couldn't do it. And then this director job came up. I'm sure I would have done it again until I passed it. And then this director job came up and, the money was good and I just said, let's do it. So thanks writing the, yeah, thanks is Debbie January. Yeah, she's January, Debbie January. So I'll try to do a member live today, probably earlier rather than later, and just kind of check in. See, maybe I'll take you for a ride with me to the dispenso if I can get out. Yeah, so I had, because, you know, if I had a liberal studies major, I wouldn't have had to take the MSAT. And now they have other tests that, Jesus Louise. And so I took the CBEST, I passed that the first time, which allowed me to substitute teach. The MSAT is when you have such a specialized major, you have to take this test that is like liberal studies. It's got everything in it. What the hell? I don't know everything. And there's a reason why I don't know everything, because I just took fucking child development. And so like I never passed it. I always was either a point away or 2 points away. I could not pass the mother effing test. So me and my friend took it. We both had failed it 5 times. And she passed it actually on the 5th time. Yeah, and then the 5th time, then that job opened up, and I was like, fuck this shit. Maybe that's my sign. Peace, you know? And I think it was great, you know? It was just my path. It was whatever my path was. So the MSAT sucks my ass. And I wonder if I could do it today. You know, I wonder if I could take it today just because I have more knowledge of things, and if I could pass it today. I bet you I could. Just because when you're so young, you just miss so many things. Your writing's horrible. Maybe I could have gotten it on the writing. I don't know. Lots of theory, and Paget was interesting. You know, I loved Hasu, honey. I know, I had to come on early. Because Dan's doing a class for the state bar. So, you know, I loved learning about growth development from birth to 18. It's helped me in so many things and all this stuff. I loved it. It's like psychology. Child psychology is basically some schools call it child psychology. And I love it. I mean, I loved it. My passion was kids. Not no more. not no more. Fuck that passion. So I love. I know, I was just yelling at my son too, because I was like, bro, you haven't done your urine test in a while. I said, you need to get on that. And make sure you take your pills. So he takes his pills like sporadically, and he has to take lisinopril because it helps pump and regulate, you know, the kidney function and keeps the blood going. Hey, Foops. And all that stuff. And, you know, he hasn't, like, he just stops taking his morning pills, and he needs it because it needs to help his protein. God, frustrating. My passions used to be my passion, but no more. I know. I hate, so anyway, I was just lecturing Andrew. I'm like, we got to do a pee test. You haven't done it, just to make sure everything's okay. Andrew's 20, you know. Andrew's 20 thinking everything's fine and the world is great. You know, those young kids. The two students from education assistant computer tech and lastly library didn't need a degree, but I will earn my AA in May. Good for you, Judy. I could never go back to school. I could never. I think right now, like, I couldn't do it at 50. I am set in my ways, right? I'm set in my ways. I can't learn anymore. I have a void in my brain, and I don't have patience, so I'm out. And I don't want to write papers. I don't want to do homework. Fuck. No, I couldn't do it. So for all of you older people who go back to school, good for you. Good for you. I will not be furthering my education. So, and I'm happy with that. No masters for me in the future. Well, my kids are, so that makes me, well, at least 2 of them are in graduate school, so we'll see what happens with Andrew. Social work degree at 60. Good for you. You know, I can't, that's not for me. You know, learning at an older age is really hard. I don't know if you know that, Donna, but learning is, you have to want, like Joanne, Dan's mom, very, 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 do you need a master's to teach? No.
You know, I'm on the class.
What did I say? What did I say? Hold on. Ed. Shut your door. Come on, you need to go sit on the couch.
Okay. I just don't know what we're looking for my shoes.
Yeah, we don't wear shoes. Not in the house. So go sit down and stop worrying about your shoes.
Pardon me?
Go sit down and stop worrying about shoes, because you don't wear shoes in the house.
So sit down and tell me.
Sit down and drink your coffee. Do not
Right
get
here?
up. Yeah, finish your coffee.
All right.
Don't get up. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Drink your coffee.
No, that's not what
This is yours. Drink your coffee.
It's not fresh.
Yes, it is.
When did you put it in?
10 minutes ago. Let me give you a little bit more.
Thank you.
I don't know why he didn't shut the door in the first place. That seems logical. But he has to make everything so difficult. Oh, Donna, well, welcome. This is my live. So this is my live account. I have 4 accounts on TikTok, so make sure you're watching you have all the right ones. So this account is what I go live on, and then Mrs. D Cell NorCal 4 is my backup. Also, make sure you also are make sure you're also following Not the Fakes, because I have 4 accounts on TikTok. Dan only has 1, my husband. So hi Chantal. My husband only has 1 account, and he's got over 2 million followers. And there's so many fakes out there, especially if you're on Facebook. My husband and I only have 1 account each, and all the others are fake. So make sure you're following the right account. So anyway, all right, I'm gonna finish this up, and you guys, I have to go because he's in that mood. Yes, it's my father-in-law. So he's in a mood, which means when he's like this, he's antsy and he's not gonna settle. So before he goes and irritates, typically I'd like to be on by 8:30. So set your notifications. We have member lives on YouTube on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and those are just those for paid members only. But I do that just by myself, and then my husband and I are typically on together. We're typically on together Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, unless we've had hard days or whatever. So, oh my gosh, Sue, that's funny. All right, guys, I'm gonna go out with the dogs really quick while he's sitting down and get some of that stuff done. So I love you guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining, Donna. I appreciate it. Tammy, I've been caring for him for 4 years. You guys have a great day. Members, I will be on later at some point. So if you don't have a membership on YouTube and you like field trips and all that stuff, you got to join the fun. If not, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Have a great day. And remember, you're important, you are worthy, and you matter, and your feelings are just that, yours. Love ya. Coco sing. Come on, Mom, let's go. Let's go. Thanks for all the gifts. That's okay, see. Love you, bye.